another big thing, and I was very nervous to talk about this, but I am going to talk about it. I had a meeting with a weight loss surgeon, and we have officially started his program to get me ready for bariatric surgery. With that will come a lot of tests and a lot of stuff. He said it would be possible that I could qualify for surgery in as little as 3 months. The more I talk about people with who've had bariatric surgery, they talk about 6 weeks of hell to get you a lifetime of improvement. And they say that 6 weeks, chronic depression creeps in, and the misery creeps in, and the physical, the weight of everything, and the pain and everything just kind of weighs on you. And I thought, am I going to be able to work during that 6 weeks? And am I going to have to cut back on work to find more time to exercise? Am I going to have to cut back from this because I'm chronically depressed dealing with it? And what is that going to mean for the channel? What's that going to mean for the YouTube algorithm? What's that going to mean for my viewers? What's that going to mean for the Twitch stream watchers? What's that going to mean for me? And it's going to hurt my bottom line. I worry about, is it going to hurt the algorithm where you won't be able to find my videos anymore? What's it going to do? I know you will be there for me if I cut back so that I have to exercise more and move more and get this weight off of me. And I know that, but I'm scared. Man. Tomorrow's surgery day. Doesn't matter what the drastic change is. And yes, it's a drastic change to rip my insides apart and have them change the way my body functions forever. Yeah, that's a drastic change, but I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to do anything to finally be able to enjoy the world we've created for me. And I want you to be able to enjoy it with me. So we're going to go do what needs to get done. And now here we are. 1 year later, post-surgery. A lot has changed in that year, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the ups. We'll talk about the downs. But do I consider it a success right now? Absolutely. I think it was the smartest decision I ever made. That said, it's not all perfect. Let me show you. So this is what I'm dealing with now. And it's pretty different. I mean, you can see everything is just sagged. Everything is fallen. You still see the bruises from the broken arm. I have a tremendous amount of loose skin here and here that maybe eventually will get removed. I honestly don't know. And there's a tremendous amount of loose skin here. This is not safe for YouTube. This is not safe for life. I don't even like looking at it, but it's a pretty tremendous difference so far that 180 pounds makes. So 360 pounds is still a very, very fat person. I am very, very large, but 180 pounds lost is an entire person. And if you're actually measuring from the fattest I ever was, I was actually 597 pounds from there to 360. But since surgery, 540 pounds to 360. I've still got a lot of weight to go, though. To reach my target weight from the surgery in that first year and a half, in that first 18 months, I need to lose an additional 100 pounds. So I'm pretty far off target so far. But let's focus on the good first. The 180 pound lost difference has changed my life dramatically. Certainly I look different, though I'll never be pretty. I'll never be a good looking guy. And I understand that, especially once this shirt comes off. However, it has improved my ability to sleep at night, my ability to work, my ability to enjoy my life, the ability to just do what I want to do and experience the world in a way that I want to experience it. I'm a completely different person. In fact, this is healthier than I've ever been since I was in high school. I feel like a kid again. It's great. I'm still dealing with the lower back pain and the knee pain, but it's less than it's ever been. I'm still very limited by it, but less limited than I've ever been, probably even since I was 16. But what it really comes down to it is prior to the surgery, I was dying. And if you saw my previous videos, you know that I explained that my blood pressure was completely out of control. I was having heart issues. I was diabetic. All of that stuff is reversed. I am healthier than I've ever been. For all intents and purposes, it's entirely possible that I'll live another 10, 15, 20 years, when the reality of it is, prior to the surgery, I was looking at maybe 3 or 5 years max. So quantity of life improved. Quality of life improved. Kind of. If you also been following me over the last year, you'll know that I went through a divorce. I've been screwing up on Twitch. I've been screwing up here on YouTube. I've been doing all kinds of stupid stuff. And it really just comes down to the fact that I have not been the best me that I could be. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that the chronic depression is back. The anxiety is through the roof. I've been going through some really tough and stupid stuff. But mostly it's just that I've not been able to use the only self-medication that I was ever able to use to help with that stuff, and that was food. And try as I might, I just could not poison myself with those delicious foods the way that I always used to. Going through withdrawal from a food addiction is tough. Going through a divorce at the same time is equally tough. Going through all of the other life changes that come with a divorce is absurdly difficult. I thought for sure by now I would not have a YouTube channel anymore. I thought my audience would hate me. I thought nobody would tune in to watch. I thought I would just be a sad sack person in some shithole apartment here in my town playing video games I couldn't afford to play with nothing to do. I thought for sure I would have screwed it up. I came really close so far, and who knows, I might screw it all up by the time it's over with, but so far, so good. I'm still keeping my head above water. I'm shocked by that every day. But if I'm being entirely honest with you, and I want to be entirely honest with you, I absolutely screwed up my recovery process by trying wrong foods, by eating wrong foods, by doing the wrong thing, by not exercising enough. I let the depression win at some points. I let the addiction win at some points. Not most of the time. And on average, I did pretty good. But certainly some of the times, I just screwed right up. The good news is, when I did screw up, the surgery did what it was supposed to do and acted like a forced rehab. When I tried soda again, I found out that I could drink only a tiny, tiny little bit, and it ended up making me feel very bloated and very sick. When I tried to eat ice cream again, I ended up getting severe stomach cramps and intestinal cramps and diarrhea. It just made me miserable. And when I did find naughty foods and bad foods that I could eat, the good news is I could only eat a small fraction of it. I would get that Big Mac and only be able to eat half of it. And to this day, I can really only eat half of a Big Mac and throw the rest of it away. And that's a big incentive to not even bother eating those types of foods. It doesn't mean that sometimes I don't give in. Right about January of last year, I hit about 385 pounds, and I plateaued there, and I stayed there. And I discovered it was no longer easy to lose weight. So I had to start making actual dietary choices and actual dietary decisions. I needed to up my exercise. I needed to do more. And even though I found it very difficult to do with the depression, I found it very difficult to do with the frustration and the stress that I was under and everything else I was dealing with, I found it doable. And I started losing weight again at about 5 pounds a month. And it looks like that's going to be my weight loss rate with my current exercise and my current food regimen moving forward. So I should still hit my goal probably within the next year of 270 pounds. When I get down under 300 pounds, they're going to remove a lot of this excess skin, which is going to add up to more weight loss and make it easier to exercise and easier to do things. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's the next chapter. So in about a year, tune in and we'll show you the weight loss removal. We'll show you the skin removal. We'll show you how I've killed it. The good news is, was I successful? Yes, beyond my hopes and wildest dreams. If you look back at some of those videos, I said I hope to lose 100 pounds from the surgery. I lost 180. It's almost 200 pounds. It'll be 200 pounds soon, probably by the beginning of fall. I've still got another 6 months to a year of this surgery being very, very effective for me. And during that period of time, I plan to lose as much weight as possible. Was I as successful as you might have wanted me to be? Probably not. Am I as successful as I wanted to be? Probably not. But considering the circumstances, I thought I was going to destroy it all. I thought I would be putting weight back on by now. I thought I was going to ruin everything. Fortunately, the surgery did what it was supposed to do and kept me from doing that. As self-destructive as I could be, as self-destructive as I am, I managed not to self-destruct. Thumbs up for that. The good news is, this is year 2 of a 2-year procedure. So let's start round 2 and let's come out swinging.